Welcome to Written by a Kid, audio dramatizations of stories written by students in grades 3 and 4 at Robert Kemp Turner Elementary School.
And transformed into radio plays by students in the Drama 11-12 class at Halifax District High School.
In this episode, we hear from Jamie.
And now sit back, relax, and get ready for
The Lost Scratching Post.
Hi, my name is Jamie, and my story is called The Lost Scratching Post. Once there was a brown cat. His name was James. He was 10 years old. He was puffy. And every day, James scratches his green fluffy scratching post. He bought his scratching post until one day someone stole his scratching post at 9 o'clock. The robber was wearing black. James was sad that his scratching post was gone. Because of that, James went on a big search. Because of that, James climbed the K2 mountain, the hardest mountain to climb. Because of that, James found his scratching post, but it was guarded by wolves. Until finally, James got his green, fluffy scratching post. James was happy. Ever since then, James locks his green, fluffy scratching post to the ground. The end.
The Lost Scratching Post by Sam Lawrence, based on a story by Jamie. Once there was a brown cat. His name was James.
Meow.
He was 10 years old. He was puffy.
I am 10 years old, but I still work out.
And every day, James scratches his green fluffy scratching post at his house for his workout. He loves his green fluffy scratching post at his house.
My green fluffy scratching post is my favorite ever.
He loved his scratching. Until one day, someone stole his scratching post at 9 o'clock.
Where is my scratching post? It's only 9 o'clock. It's too early to steal. How will I get my scratching done today?
The stealer stole James' scratching post from James' house when he was sleeping. But James didn't hear the stealer because he's 10. James' hearing isn't very good.
Where did the stealer take my green fluffy scratching post? I have to find it.
Because of that, James left his house and went on a big search. He walked down his street and through the forest.
I don't know if I'll ever find my green fluffy scratching post. I've been searching for 3 hours.
As James continued to walk in the forest, he spotted something green and fluffy.
Is that my green fluffy scratching post?
James walked closer to the green fluffy thing in the forest, and once he finally got close enough to see, he realized it was a huge green fluffy caterpillar.
Ew! A huge green fluffy caterpillar.
The huge green fluffy caterpillar really scared James. He had never seen one in real life before. James went sprinting through the woods from how scared he was.
I have to keep running. What if the huge fluffy green caterpillar steals me like they stole my green fluffy scratching post?
As James is running, not looking where he's going, he trips and falls, and when he looks up, he sees K2 mountain, the hardest mountain to climb.
Oh my goodness. Is that the K2 mountain? I have to climb it to see if my green fluffy scratching post is up there.
Because of that, James climbs up the K2 mountain.
This is the hardest mountain I've ever climbed. Good thing I work out every day on my green fluffy scratching post.
James felt sad thinking about his green fluffy scratching post, but that made him even more motivated to find it.
I have to keep climbing so I can find it. I cannot live without it.
James finally reached the top of the mountain after an hour of climbing, and he found his scratching post, but it was guarded by wolves. James started to hiss at the wolves. He was so angry.
Hiss!
The wolves got scared right away when they heard James hiss. James was very scary when he wanted to be, even though he was 10. The wolves ran down the mountain and away into a cave because they were so scared of James. They knew they stole from the wrong cat.
My green fluffy scratching post. I finally found it. I cannot believe those wolves would take my scratching post like that. Oh well, they smell musty anyway. At least I don't smell bad after a workout like that.
James walked back down the mountain and back through the forest happily with his green fluffy scratching post until he got home. It smelled a little smelly from the stinky wolves, but he didn't care. He would wash it when he got home. All James cared about was that his green fluffy scratching post was safe.
I am so happy that my green fluffy scratching post is safe.
James was finally back home, and he took his green fluffy scratching post straight to the bath. James gave the green fluffy scratching post the best bath it ever had.
Green fluffy scratching post, I am so sorry that the wolves stole you. It will never ever happen again. I'm buying the best security system ever.
James made his way to the store to buy a security system. He bought the biggest, strongest system he could find. He went home.
Okay, this will never let any wolves or anyone else steal you ever again, green fluffy scratching post.
James changed his green fluffy scratching post to the ground and set up the rest of his security system, and they lived happily ever after.
Meow, meow, meow.
The end.
You've been listening to Written by Kid, radio play adaptations of stories created by students in Miss Wright's grade 3-4 class at Robert Kemp Turner Elementary School.
And reimagined as radio dramas by Miss Arsenal's Drama 11-12 class at Harbour District High School.
And was recorded in December of 2020.
This is a Halifax Regional Arts production.